Hi, my name is Nicole Gravitt, and I'm the Undergraduate Program Manager and Academic Advisor for the UAB School of Public Health. Today I'm going to take you through a short presentation to kind of help you think about different ideas and different things that you can do if you're looking at either choosing another major, you need to change, or just selecting a major in general. One of the reasons I selected this topic to present on is because this is an area that I've worked with for about 7 years, and it's an area that I'm very passionate about. I like working with students and helping them set academic goals, especially if you're in an area that you know you're here at UAB to get a degree, but you may not know exactly what you want to major in or what that best fit might be. So I hope this will be something that will be helpful for you as you're making that decision. And I've also worked with students in a variety of majors across campus over the last 7 years or so, and a lot of students from different backgrounds and academic interests. And so again, this is something that I hope will be helpful as you look at major options and possibly even minor options, and just to get that overall academic experience. The first thing that I like to start with in working with students is to give a signature activity. And I call it that signature activity primarily because what you want to do is take a sheet of paper out and you want to write your name as many times as you can. So write your signature as many times as you can for about 30 seconds or so. And one thing when you finish, that when you go back and look at all of your different lines for your signature, you'll probably notice that even something as simple as your signature and writing your name, something that you use on a daily basis, it's impossible to make it come out looking exactly the same every single time. So you kind of want to look to see, what did you notice about each line, what was different. Maybe there were some things that were the same, but I think the bottom line is that you're going to realize is it is going to be different. So even something that you think you have control over, again, that signature, you probably find out that it's impossible to make it come out exactly the same every time, so you may not really have as much control over it as you think. The way I want to bring that into this presentation is because choosing your major is absolutely something that you have control over. There's several things that we'll go through that will help you realize that you are in control of selecting your major and really putting together an individual academic picture so that when you're ready to graduate in a couple of years, you've completed everything and taken everything that's relevant for your area of interest. So you kind of have to think about where you stand at the moment. You may have the perfect major and be completely content in that major. You may think you're in the right area, maybe in the appropriate area, have the best fit major, but you may not be sure. So you might want to be searching, or you're looking at different career options that might tie from majors. You may be in an area that you really have no idea what you want to major in. You know you want to be here to get a degree, but you may not know what it's going to be to help you to get that diploma down the road. Or again, you may think that you have the best fit major, but there may be signs pointing to you to let you know that it might not be the best fit. And I've worked with students that kind of fit in all of these different categories. Some things that you want to really think about are just realistic situations that really have an impact of how you select your major. Some common factors include, maybe family. You may have some pressure from family members. It may be parents, it may be siblings, aunts and uncles, grandparents, or so on. Peer influenced. A lot of students will come in the advising office and pretty much say that they selected certain majors or maybe certain classes because their friends were in those classes or it was their roommate. It could be grades. You may not be able to select a certain major because of a GPA requirement or certain grades that you have to take or complete in classes that are prerequisites for that major. Some people make selection of their major based on career or how much money they think they might make in that major down the road. It could be by chance or circumstances. I know a lot of students will come in and get experience to something from a field, maybe career services type exploration and doing some entrance inventories, or it may be that they were doing undergraduate research or just simple service learning out in the community. And whatever that situation was or that circumstance that they came across really helped them decide and select an appropriate major. It may also tie just personal experiences and things that you decide you like and that you want to incorporate into your academic major. You also have to think about the options that you have. UAB offers over 120 areas of study, and this is a combination of majors, minors, disciplinary studies, and even individually designed majors in some cases. It also branches over areas of arts and sciences, education, business, engineering, nursing, health professions, and public health. There really is something for everyone here. The hard question is, how do you choose what the best fit is going to be? So what we're going to run through today is really how to select the best fit major using the acronym REFLECT. You're going to research, get experience, focus, learn, expectations, career exploration, and also talk it through or take an assessment. And the first two letters that we're going to go over are the RE for REFLECT, research options and experience. You want to talk with advisors. You want to ask questions. You want to research, one, what options are here that you think might be a good fit for your interest, but you also want to look at the catalog of requirements. Look at the curriculum sheets. You can't select a major just based on the title and it be a good fit. You really want to know what options you have, what courses you need to take, research those curriculums, and really determine if that's going to be a good fit for you. You also can look at what-if scenarios in GPS, and this is a really great hands-on tool that you would have access to really just about any time you're logged into the computer, and you can pull up what-if scenarios and get a snapshot of what you might have to take if you were to major in different areas. You can do the same thing with minors as well. You also want to gain experience. Maybe take an introductory course. I know some majors have intro courses that fall within the core curriculum. Talk with someone that's in the major or that's taken those classes right now. It might be a friend, it might be a roommate. You may even want to go and get some experience and talk with the instructor for that course or someone from that department to get a little more, gain a little more experience about the individual courses. The next two letters that we're going to focus on from REFLECT are going to be focus and then learn. Learn as much as you can about your interest, and then focus. You really want to focus on your interest, your abilities, what you enjoy, and things that you like. That's going to be important when you're trying to select down different major options or put together that academic piece. You also want to think about what you're good at. And again, you're looking at what the major is, what the courses are going to be in those requirements, and how that fits into your interests, your abilities, what you enjoy, and what you're good at. You want to learn as much as you can about your interest. You want to link that with all possible major options and even minors. You really have to reflect on yourself while you're doing reflection on different major options. And this is really a time for you to be able to make the decision that's right for you. The next two letters, the E and C from REFLECT. We're going to look at expectations as well as career exploration. For expectations, you really have to ask yourself, what do you expect to get out of your major and your degree? That brings in the types of classes, curriculum. Do you want something that's going to be more lecture-based? Do you want it to be more lab-based? Are you wanting to get more field experiences, those hands-on experiences, or something like clinicals that may come into that particular major? You also want to think about those academic opportunities. You also need to identify your expectations for your academic experience. How does your major fit that? Or does your major fit those expectations? For career exploration, you really want to utilize career services and professional development. This is an office on campus that every student has access to, and any advisor would encourage you to utilize their services, talk with career counselors, go to seminars, workshops that they have. They have many great resources that's there to help. That'll also help you focus on what majors connect to different type of career paths that you might be thinking about. You really have to think outside of the box, and that's what career services is there to help with. Some careers may not lead directly from a set major and may be more open to a variety of academic options. That's where going back and looking through this reflective ideas, it'll be helpful as you've processed interests, abilities, things that you're good at. What do you want to do? What type of experiences are you wanting to get out of your curriculum? And then how all of that ties into a possible career or job down the road. All right. The last letters that we're going to talk about and reflect will be T, and this one is kind of a two-part for the one letter. One, you want to talk it through. Again, talk to academic advisors. If you're looking at 5 different major options, you want to go in and talk with all 5 of those different advisors. You want to talk with friends and family, professors. Really, anyone who could possibly give you advice, who knows you, your academic experiences, your background. You don't necessarily want to go to someone and expect them to tell you what you need to do or what you need to major in. That's ultimately going to be up to you to make that decision, but you can really get some great and helpful advice from others that know you. You also want to take an assessment. And I mentioned Career Services a moment ago. They have a great resource that many students are going to be familiar with, and that's going to be the Focused Career Assessment and kind of that career planning piece. It's also going to pull in your interests, your abilities, things that you like, things that you don't like, and give you a really nice report so that you can save that. And then I know students are always encouraged to continue to take focus and reevaluate those questions and always see if something has changed that might make a difference in what you're planning to major in or study. You can do in-person assessments, you can do online assessments, just about any time, from anywhere that you're located. This is also going to help connect career interest and major options together, but again, it's not necessarily going to say that you have to major in one thing to get to XYZ career down the road. You don't want to pick a major simply because of family, because of friends, even the name or the title of the program. It may sound like a really catchy, neat, individual kind of experience, but when you look at the actual courses that you're going to take, that name or that title might not be the best fit that you really want to go with. You also don't want to pick your major because of expected money to be earned. What you really are interested in and what you really want to do, those are the kind of things that you have to look at and bring to the table when selecting your major. You really want to think long-term. What are your long-term goals? How did you make those selections? What are the things that are going to help contribute to those long-term goals? You want to think academic as well as career-focused. And then how do they fit together, or how are they going to complement each other? Again, how will that major that you select or that minor, how is it going to fit in and help along the right way as you're trying to reach those long-term career goals? One way to do that, you can set milestones or targets for each semester. And this will help you stay on track as well as reevaluate your situation each term to make sure you're still on track for what you think you want to do. One thing that I encourage you to try to do is if you disconnect the career obsession. Don't just think, again, that one set major is the only way you can go to get to certain things down the road. In some cases it may be, but in many cases you'd probably be surprised to realize how open careers and jobs might be, tying it back to academics. A lot of times it's going to tie into having that degree, having a degree, having the experiences and the interest there, and then connecting it all together. Again, this is just a diagram to show you, again, how your major, minor, those relevant experiences may fit in to really help you reach those long-term goals. Ultimately, your academics and experience together will help you get to the next step, which again should be those long-term goals. If you have any questions or thoughts or need resources trying to connect or kind of get pointed in the right direction, here's my contact information as far as email address. I'm more than happy to talk with students, even if it's not in the particular area that I advise. I'm more than happy to help you connect to other departments, other advisors, or again, just those general resources.